Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, as always, guys, and we ready to do this thing, man. Whoa. Who's that?
Uh-oh, we already have an interruption on the show.
That's you know what? Hit me back.
That person's not important enough to pick up on the phone.
It wasn't DDP, you know what I mean? It wasn't Goldberg. It wasn't one of the boys. It was just Charles.
Shout out to the illustrious Chuck Rice.
Charles, good people though, man. I'll get back with him, man. But how you doing, man? I've been busy today. I've been in training mode pretty much all day, man. In the gym this morning early. First thing, had me a nice big breakfast with a shake to go along with it. Actually went into my golf training mode as well. But first of all, I want to thank my man Zane, who's working with me on Scratch Golf, who hooked me up with that new set of Callaway clubs, man. That new set, man. They're sweet, man. That new Rogue driver I got. I've been practicing, man. I just want to thank you guys. But I think you sent me the wrong set. Because I can't hit it. Damn it, the driver going all over the place. But they always say, man, it ain't the arrow, it's the archer. You know, so I'm gonna just keep practicing. And I know it's I know I'm off with them because when I'm playing on my golf simulator, I cannot, play as good as I did with my old set. So I'm like, man, just stick with it. Don't give up on it. It'll come. In the golf game, man, it's tricky, man. It's tricky. Want to congratulate Tiger Woods as well, man, for making the cut. At the Masters. He didn't come close to winning or anything like that, but I think he won just making the cut. So big ups to Tiger, man. Definitely.
Tiger on Sunday, always 14 months after that horrific accident, which for all intents and purposes should have took his life.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you saw the way that car was bent up. You're not supposed to be able to walk away like that. And I even think I was reading stories at one point. They're even talking about, oh, hey, we might have to, cut a little leg off here or there. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? And the fact that brother was out there and he made the cut at the Masters. That's what an elite athlete is, man. God, whether you believe in God, listeners out there or not, I'm a God-fearing man, and God had different plans for Tiger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a believer, man. Even if he lost one leg, he'd still be able to play better than me. I'm serious. If he lost one arm, that's how in tuned he is to that game, because to go through what he went through, as horrific as it was, and to still be a scratch golfer, brother. Yeah. A scratch golfer at that level, playing on those type of courses, you know what I mean? It's amazing, man. It really is amazing. And I'm in shock and in awe as far as what he did over those 2 days, just making the cut, making it to Sunday. And you look at the list of guys who didn't make the cut. That's what you measure that. Look at those guys, those young guys that did not make the cut. You go, wow, Tiger's still pretty damn good.
It's incredible. He could have lost both arms and legs and still shot better than me. He would have been out there on Timber Creek with his club clenching his teeth, and he would have still driven at 300 yards while I'm trying to chase mine off to the left. You know what, though? Speaking of legends, I do want to give an RIP to the great Gilbert Gottfried, who left us yesterday at 67 years old, had an undisclosed illness. One of the great comedy voices, one of the great comedy legends. You might know him from Problem Child, Aladdin, Beverly Hills Cop 2, which is my favorite appearance from Gilbert Gottfried. He played Iago the parrot in Aladdin, of course. Just such a legend, man. And we've lost so many comedy guys recently. Him, Bob Saget, Louis, Norm Macdonald. So,
hey, bro, you better cherish every day. I'm serious. You better cherish every day, because seriously, just don't know, man. And those guys, they're legends. They're going to be remembered, but life is definitely too short. You got to hold on to it, man. And I say that, and I think I realized it the most when I walked out of that prison gate, and I was like, man, I just took a deep breath, and I go, wow, you know what I mean? And I miss, just having this, and since that day, I've been watching every moment of this life, man. So definitely, man. Now you're fun. Now you're fun. Hey, on another note, man. My son and my daughter, they've been running around here singing this song, Kodak Black, superstar. You remember that? Know that song? But it's a line in there that I don't know what the hell he's saying, and the kids don't know either. But if anybody out there in the chat know what a night light on a blick means, please let me know.
Well, have you ever heard of Genius, the website Genius? I don't know if you ever heard this, but it used to be called Rap Genius, and you can go to it and you can search any song, and it will break down the lyrics to the song and tell you what each line means.
I need to know exactly, because that Kodak Black, so I don't know what the hell he talking about, and the kids can't stop singing it. Night light on a blick. It's probably something we don't need to be talking about on the show. You know what I mean?
I will find out here and see night light.
Yeah, but it's crazy, man. And the thing is, they sing the song, and when they get to that part, they sing, and then there's a couple of parts they just mum it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. If you can find that out for me, please let me know. And I know we got to take a break here in a couple of minutes, but I see I made the news again this week, making the Tony Khan reference. And the thing is, I don't know why I don't want people to think I don't like Tony Khan or anything like that, because I have nothing against Tony Khan. Tony Khan's a businessman. He's handling his business. I was actually speaking about a comment that he made as far as something that he said on social media. And us, we as journalists, I thought we should talk about that just for a second. But as well as my opinion is, is the guy going crazy. That's not actually really metaphorically. Okay. It's not actually meaning the guy is, losing his mind. So when people report some of this stupidest stuff, it just makes me wonder, more important than.
Yeah, well, the Tony Khan thing, again, it wasn't just like we were the only people talking about it. Everybody kind of was like, hey, what are you talking about here? And I think we should also clear up, I'm not saying that what he's saying is completely ridiculous or completely sane. I don't really know until I can see the study. How am I supposed to say anything until I can see the study?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you had a doctor and you went into the doctor's appointment, right? He draws blood, he runs the tests, and after he's finished with all that, he says, well, you know what? Or you say, Doc, how am I doing? He can't tell you until he sees the results.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I can't tell you if Tony's crazy or not until I can see the results. You know what I mean? Of the independent study.
And if it's independent, that means somebody else paid for it, right?
I think he paid for it. He paid for it.
Okay.
But he independently paid for it, though. So there you go.
All right.
I have no doubt, by the way, that there are trolls out there that are paid accounts, that are bot accounts. I know I've seen it on my Twitter. I'm sure you've seen it on yours, where the little egg people pop up and they're talking all kind of smack. You click on their profile. They have 0 followers, but they're following 10,000. And everything is a retweet or everything's a hashtag or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know people like that exist. So the question is, to what extent? 80% seems to be a very high number.
Yeah.
That's a very high number. If you told me 15 to 20% of them are bots and all that, I actually probably would have no problem believing that. But here's my question. If 80% of the people who talk negatively about AEW aren't real people, what's the percentage for people who talk negatively about WWE? And inversely, what are the people who talk positively about AEW?
That's what I was going to say right there. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're definitely backing yourself in the corner, throwing that kind of stuff out there. That's all I'm saying, guys. Hey, guys, you're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
A little bit, but I think the match that everyone kind of saw me at my, I got the right exposure, I guess, is when I faced Ricochet in Japan for the Best of Super Juniors. And I think a lot of people saw that match and was like, all right, well, this is what Will does. He's a flippy guy. But I saw the constructive criticism that everyone would say, and I would go, hang on, no, they've got a point. they have got a point. We could have done some stuff different. We could have done this, that, and that different. And then I got in the ring with a guy called Shibata. And in New Japan, like, he was like top, like, do you know what I mean? He's like he was one of the new generation Three Musketeers. And I would be like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. And he looked me dead in the eyes. Like, he just looks at me, he goes, no. Oh, mate, I'm so scared. And he didn't, honestly, he didn't tell me a single thing of what we were going to do until I got in the ring.
Yeah.
And I was so scared.
Can you dig it, sucker? Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Just want to congratulate Roxy. Made her NXT. There it is. Made her NXT debut. Roxanne, what is it? Roxanne Perez?
Perez, I believe, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And I just want to say, man, it's awesome seeing the young lions of reality of wrestling go out there and perform at a very, very high level. My thing is, I try not to take a whole lot of credit, man, but I must say the stars of reality of wrestling, once they get their shine on, boom, it shines very, very bright. So, guys, keep doing what you're doing. We got a few more. I'm sure that's going to be getting the rub pretty soon and getting a chance to, you know, shine a little light as well. So, Roxy, we sure appreciate you for representing reality of wrestling so well, doing it like it's supposed to be done.
Seeing that picture go across social media, and you know what? I like the name Roxanne Perez. It's not a bad name. I like it. Do you remember back in the day when there was the real Roxanne?
Yeah.
Roxanne Shante and that whole thing. I don't know why that made me think of that. Every time I see that name. But I like the name. It seems to be she's keeping the gear the same. You know what I mean? The look is the same. WWE, they bought the product that was on the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's what they did with Cody Rhodes too. They said, oh, hey, this is working. Let's buy that. You know what I mean? And I think that this is, maybe to a different extent, but I think that this is an example of kind of where their head's at now with talent. For so long, it was, let's take them, everything that's unique about them, strip it away, present them in our fashion, right? Which is, look, it's worked sometimes, it hasn't worked in others. You take Tyler Black and John Moxley out of the Indies, you call them Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, put them in the fatigues and the Shield gear, megastars, right? You're able to make it work. But that's not always the case. I think that this Cody Rhodes, the way that he's been able to come in with the same look, same music, same name, no changes. Roxanne Perez, although it's a different name, same look, same presentation. And they already said, we know what you can do. We don't need you sitting around in the back for 2 years learning.
Yeah.
Let's put you on TV tonight, right? Same thing with Draco Anthony, Blake Cortez from Reality Wrestling. Let's put you on TV. You look the part. We know that you're already quality. So I like that they're doing that. And just big shout out to Roxanne. It's always so cool to see one of ours on TV. You know, always.
Yeah. You know what? Like I said before, I really think this is what NXT should have been all along. You see guys like Tommaso Ciampa, who's been down there for quite some time, and then now you're seeing this new way of NXT 2.0. Boom, he's out of there. Let's get him on the main roster. Let's get Braun Breaker on the main roster. You know, that type of stuff right there. I think to be able to let these young guys feel what it means to be in front of a crowd down there in NXT, but when they come up to the main roster, that superstardom is something that they have to build once they get there. And just like Tommaso Ciampa, he's been down in NXT for a while, but now on the main roster, he's got to start all over again. He's got to go out there and prove himself as far as being in that main event picture. I always said having guys down in the Forum League, just say for instance, back in the day, they had some of those guys down there 5, 6, 7 years. And I say, man, a guy walking the reality of wrestling, I know if I'm going to use him in 5 minutes. I know if he's going to be a part of, our crew, or if I want him to be a part of our crew in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So to have guys to just taking up space, I think was one of the, I just didn't think it was a good idea. Give these guys a year, 2 years. If they don't pan out, we got to move on. And I think that's, the gameplay going forward.
I agree. I think that if you don't know what you have in 2 years, or you're not seeing what you want in 2 years, then it's time to cut bait with them. And maybe they come back. That talent comes back after working other places, and they are what you want, right? Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, right? Let them, they both went away, came back, and had the biggest runs of their careers, right? Sometimes you have to cut bait a little bit. We have a couple super chats here, Book, if you want to get to them.
Let's do it.
All right, this one is from DJ1491, a consistent subscriber and Hall of Fame viewer. He said, do you think Cody will take the title off of Reigns at SummerSlam? Rumor is Reigns is facing The Rock at WrestleMania. They even teased it last night on Young Rock. That match couldn't be for the title, can it? Yeah, you know what? There's a few things here. They did tease this on Young Rock last night. Did you see that going around?
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, The Rock's character says to Roman Reigns' character on the show, oh, we'll wrestle one day, but a match like that can only happen at WrestleMania.
I don't see why Cody can't take the title off Roman. In the meantime, Roman could easily get it back by time WrestleMania, come back around. Yeah. So we got plenty of time to be able to, switch that back if that's the route we're going to go. And if that's the route we're going to go, if that's the route they're thinking, I suggest, yes, we go that route. Rock Roman, because it's money more than anything.
It's in LA too.
Yeah, just money. Shit, Cody. I hate booking matches.
I know you do.
Anything like that. I hate going there. But for me, this is a case of, give the fans something totally different and unique. We've talked about it. And there's no way that we cannot give the people exactly the story as written, just because, man, a lot of people want to see that story. A lot of people want to see me, win, against Triple H, and just think about how many people are still talking about that story today, because it didn't happen. Cody is in a position for that to happen for him. And it seemed to be something that we're working towards happening here relatively quickly. So for me, from a promoter standpoint, having a small little company here in Texas called Reality of Wrestling, I would put the rocket on him, put the title on him, and boom, create some magic. Totally the unexpected, the expected, but totally the unexpected, because just people do not think WWE is going to go that route. And as well as a lot of people think that WWE is not going to go that route, just because of, like I say, a lot of the comments that I've been reading about Cody as of late, since coming to WWE, that he's nothing no more than a mid-card guy. He's going to be back in the mid-card level in no time. And me personally, I think they're wrong. I think they're totally wrong. I think Cody Rhodes is a major player. I thought, like I say, before Cody Rhodes left WWE, before he became Stardust, his final angle was with me. And I went out and I put Cody over right in the middle of the ring because I thought Cody was talent. I asked for Cody Rhodes. Me personally, I asked for Cody Rhodes. So for me, I think that the story is set, and to pull the trigger on it would be, good God, the wrestling world would go crazy.
My thing is, it's not a matter of will Cody Rhodes beat Roman Reigns. It's where will he beat Roman Reigns for the title? Will it be at SummerSlam or somewhere else? Because I look at the way he's been presented. I also look at what he's been saying on television. I mean, his first promo back, he comes out there and he talks about, there's only one thing that my family's never done. That's win the WWE championship. You don't say that in a promo, and the company doesn't write that for you, or you don't collaborate with it if it's not on the horizon. And then he wins his match against The Miz on Monday, and he immediately does this thing, right? The belt symbol around his waist. And here's the other thing. I don't know if you saw his match on Monday or his entrance.
I did.
His entrance is what I want to talk about. At 3 different spots in his entrance, by my memory, he had pyro. Okay. 3 different spots, he had pyro. I don't know what that costs per a pyro pop, but it's not cheap, right?
Yeah.
To do it 3 times for one guy's entrance.
Yeah.
That means the company's putting money behind it. Okay. And when you put that presentation on television, this big entrance, big pyro, he's taking the weight belt off and giving it to a kid like Bret Hart did with his glasses.
Yeah.
He's winning the title, guys. It's just when he's going to win it and where he's going to win it. It's not a will or if.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like I say, if
he's the guy to do it.
If I'm the promoter, that's the route I'm going. And I can't speak for anything other than that. And like I said, I know it's a lot of people out there that, that just wish, Cody Rhodes, not to do well in WWE. But I think just watching him and watching him, as far as his matches go, these last couple of matches, he seemed to be back at home. He seemed to be very comfortable going out and performing, in the middle of that WWE ring at a very, very high level. And it seemed like he's willing to work for it. So my thing is, I'm going to wait and see how this thing play out. And me personally, I'm pulling for it. I'll be one of the guys that's going to be pulling for Cody Rhodes to do well in the WWE. And hopefully he'll do that one thing that I'm sure Dusty, who's a great man, a guy who was always in my corner, would have loved to have been here to see it. I know we got to take a break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
My name is Dan Miller, and I'm trained to be a professional wrestler here at Reality of Wrestling. Professional wrestling has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. Growing up, I would have the toys, I would have matches with stuffed animals, I had a little paper championship. I always had that voice in the back of my head saying, can you do this? Can you really be a pro wrestler? And one day that voice got so loud, I just had to know. So I did my research, and I found that Reality of Wrestling is the best training ground in the whole country. You could sit down and turn on the TV every night of the week to watch pro wrestling, and you'll see someone who got their start in this ring. Reality of Wrestling teaches you everything you need to know about the business, from putting together the ring to putting together a TV show. This is a place where you can come and work on your fundamentals, work on your body, work on your interview skills. This is a one-stop shop for everything pro wrestling. If you have that voice in the back of your head, now is the time to find out if you have what it takes here at Reality of Wrestling.
Can you dig it, sucker? Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. I know you said we had another super chat.
Yeah, we had another one on this topic, and then I'm going to go back to an earlier one. But this is from Club Sinister. I think Cody Rhodes will lose his title match against Roman. He'll win the Rumble and win the title in Mania, but it won't be against Roman. Roman will drop it before Mania. Rock versus Roman doesn't need the title. I got a lot to say about that book, but I'll give you first volley.
No, you go right ahead.
Well, okay, for me, Roman will drop it before Mania. To who? To who? And if Cody's going to be your big baby face who's going to win the Royal Rumble, why not give him the one thing that would be bigger this year than winning the Royal Rumble? That's beating the guy who hasn't lost since 2019 for the biggest championship in all of wrestling. I don't understand why he would lose the match and then go out and win the Rumble and then win the title against somebody else at WrestleMania. Doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I agree that Rock versus Roman doesn't necessarily need the title, but it can have it. I mean, I'm not opposed to it being for the title, but I don't know. I think that if you're going to do Rock Roman, John Cena versus The Rock the first time didn't have the title, right? Because there's so much story there. They're literal family. They're actual real life family.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest to ever do it at their level. I think that sells itself, right? You have 2 nights of WrestleMania. So Cody Rhodes main events for the title one night. The next night you have Rock and Roman in the main event, or however you want to do it. I mean,
Well, like I say, I see Cody winning the title, okay, and I see him winning it. You know, I mean, he's got to beat Roman. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the biggest you can get. That's the pinnacle. Beating anybody else is, I don't think is what we really are striving to actually achieve. As far as there again, making the fans, feel a certain way. And one thing about one thing about movies, all right, we pick our leading men, the directors, the guys, the money guys. They're the ones who pick the leading men, in movies. And I think Cody Rhodes has been picked to be a leading man in the WWE. Okay, I mean, certain guys work at the top of the card. Okay, certain guys that wrestle a certain way, they work at the top of the card. And Cody Rhodes is one of those guys that works main event style, and his there again, his aura. You just talked about it, the pyro, the entrance. When he makes that walk down the curtain. The lineage, the bloodline of the Rhodes family. I mean, that carries a whole lot of damn weight. But a lot of people that's not in the business, that's just armchair quarterbacks that think they know about, what's really going on here. Cody Rhodes is a major player, and there again, he's been scouted to be the guy to play this role. So yeah, man, I see Cody winning, but then again, I see WrestleMania, nothing being bigger than Roman, versus Rock. Okay. And the thing is, we could easily find our way back to that, because Cody winning it is going to do something for it, but Cody losing it is not going to break him. That's just my take on that.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And the thing is, I think that, look, there's a whole bunch of ways you can go about this. But I think that the most obvious one is how you just described it and how we've talked about it, is him winning the title straight up, being your big baby face, and Rock and Roman being somewhere else. You know what I mean? On the card. I mean, you have 2 nights of WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 complete nights. So, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? I think that, and then to go back to my other point is, if Cody doesn't beat Roman, let's play with this for a second though. If Cody Rhodes doesn't beat Roman Reigns, who beats Roman for the title? Like who?
Well, I don't. Thing is, you go with the guy that's got the most buzz. Me personally, and I'm just saying that because I got a small little company called Reality of Wrestling. Go to realityofwrestling.com to get all your information if you want to check it out. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the guy that's got the hot hand right now, and the guy that's got the hot hand right now, the guy that's on all of the sites besides me is Cody Rhodes. Everybody's talking about Cody. So there again, Seth Rollins is a guy who can easily, be fit in that picture, but I'm looking for something fresh. I'm looking for something new. We're in a war right now, and the war is with AEW. Okay, and we got to put the big guns at the forefront. And right now, Cody Rhodes is that guy. He's kicked open the forbidden door. He's blew it up. And right now, it's time to utilize it and run with it. That's just my opinion.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly. Go for it. And you know what? I think that this Cody Rhodes is the Cody Rhodes. Like I find myself getting behind him in matches, right? And like I told you at WrestleMania, when he did that little jab to set up the bionic elbow, I was like, oh man, he's a different performer than the last time he was here. He's a whole different caliber guy, and he feels like a top guy. And I think nowadays in wrestling, that's a very hard thing to accomplish. It's very hard to feel like you're bigger than that shield, right? There are very few players in any league, in any form of sport, who surpass the shield, right? Very few NFL players are bigger than the NFL themselves. Tom Brady's one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning was one of those guys.
Yeah.
You know, there's Russell Wilson's one of those guys. There's like a couple guys.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, right? Lawrence Taylor. There are sometimes people who elevate above it. Basketball, LeBron, Kobe, Meiko, right? They feel bigger than the brand itself.
Yeah.
I think that Roman is one of those guys who is bigger than the Shield at this moment, right? People know Roman Reigns. Like, he's gotten to the point to where when people will bring him up, right? And I'm like, oh, do y'all watch wrestling? They're like, oh, no, we just love, the women love how he looks, right? He's very popular amongst the women, right? I see him in random movies and television shows and on the Tonight Show and stuff. So he's transcended a little bit. Cody Rhodes feels like a bigger star to me than a lot of guys. And that could be a lot of his presentation right now. We'll see if he sustains it. I hope that he does because I'm rooting for him. But I think that he's the obvious guy to go with. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Book.
Yeah. We'll definitely see where it goes. I know we got a few more super chats. We got to take a break. You want to take this?
Yeah, I think we have time to take this. We have about 2 minutes for break or a little over. James Foreman said, hey, Booker T, I just went to my first NXT match in Orlando. My love for you guys went so much higher. I just want to say thank you and much love.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it. We're just trying to deliver here, man. We're just trying to deliver. And, you know, I think there again, the NXT brand is what a farm league is really supposed to be like. These guys go down there. I see Roxy, being reality of wrestling, for as long as she was with us, man, it was such a short amount of time, and for her to actually be able to get into that NXT brand and then show exactly how good she is. It's almost like being a freshman, coming in. The next thing you know, the freshman, we got to put this freshman as the starting quarterback because he's that good. You know what I mean? So when you see them and they got talent, boom, you give them, that rub quick, put them in the game quickly. And if they don't, you let them stay there for a while. If they can't figure it out, and then we reanalyze the situation. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Check out your reality of wrestling on YouTube as well, man. I'm sure you like the product, the brand that we got going on, and the ladies that we got going on right now. Because yeah, did you see Rachel Rose on Raw?
On Raw, I did. I saw her as a part of the Dana Brooke Bachelor party.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn it, they flew her in for this.
I'm thinking it had to be taped last week, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but whatever, man. But it was just awesome to see Rachel Rose. One of my girls, one of reality wrestling's finest, right there.
She played a good role too.
And she's played an awesome role, man.
Yeah.
I swear, man, she's a diamond in the rough. She really is. So, hey, guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. You're worth it.
Walker, Texas Ranger handles the bad guys with a roundhouse kick. I'm Jim Walker, Walker, Texas lawyer. I handle the insurance companies with a roundhouse kick to the wallet. If you've been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, give me a call at 713-552-1117 or visit my website at walkertexaslawyer.com. You'll be glad you did. Why would you call anyone else?
Can you dig it, sucker? Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Your man, Booker T, 6-time world champ, along with Brad Gilmore, representing ESPN 975, like we always do. We doing. Hey, man, before we take another super chat, cannot wait to this weekend, Ugas versus Spence going on in Dallas. Unified Championship bout is going down, man, and I cannot wait. My queen and I, we will be there, front row and center, enjoying a night of pugilism. So, guys, if you can't be there, check it out on Showtime pay-per-view. view. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out.
Tell me though, Book. I mean, give me your prediction. Be look in the Booker tea leaves. We're trying to put money on this fight. Baby needs some new shoes. How do you see it going down?
Man, I don't see a knockout. Okay, I don't see. I do see Errol Spence outboxing Ugas for 12 rounds, but it's going to be a hard 12 rounds. It's not going to be easy at all. Ugas, I think his style pretty much is tailor-made for Errol Spence Jr. And but then again, you cannot, sleep on the truth. And that's Errol Spence. If he catch you right, you will go to sleep. So it's going to be good. We're dealing with two Olympians here, and two guys that are hungry and looking to make a statement. And one guy will walk away with 4 title belts around his waist, shoulder, and somebody else might be holding one. But they will be the unified welterweight champion. And there again, I cannot wait.
All right. Well, there you go. It all goes down this Saturday on pay-per-view. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out, as the man would say. BT, I wanted to ask you about another thing on Raw before we get to this next. Oh, actually, this super chat I did want to get to. This is coming from Cali Toenail. Nightlight on the Blick is a light attached to a gun. So there you go.
You know what I told my son? It was a night light by the bed. When you turn it on and off, blick, 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 blick. Okay, I got that. Night light. The blick is the gun, right?
It's the gun. Yeah.
And the night light is the the little beam on it. Okay.
And I can't always keep up with some of the terminology. Like forever, like if you were referencing the police, right? And you were talking about and you're referencing them by numbers.
Yeah.
Right. You'd say they're what? 5-0, right?
Yeah.
5-0ers here, right? Did you know that they started calling them 12? Were you aware of this? 12?
I didn't know that, but Adam 12 was a show back in the day.
It was a show. I wonder if that's probably where it comes from.
Yeah,
but there was a song by, oh man, what was his name? It was called Some Type of Way, right?
Yeah.
Make me feel some type of way, right? I can't believe I can't think of his name right now. But he's had a song. In the song, he says, I can tell if you're 12 right away. And for the longest time, I'm thinking, you can tell if somebody's 12 right away.
Yeah, Adam 12. That was the show I used to watch when I was a kid. And that's what. That's a old story.
But imagine me not understanding what 12 meant, thinking you can tell if someone's 12 right away. So if they're like 11 or 13, no chance. But if they're 12, I can tell like that.
You know what got me was the damn bodega. Why can't you just say the corner store?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Bodega sound good. You sound like you're in a club going to the bodega. I find out it's the corner store. I'm like, man, these fools got me. We got super chats, man. Let's roll.
Nightlight on the Blick is the gun, but I'd pray Cody takes the title. I'd settle for the Hurricane taking it. I'm just drained. He's drained to Roman Reigns, of course.
Why? That's the question. Why you drained Roman? Roman doing some good work right now. And the thing is, I think having that title, on one guy like Roman, for as long as he's had it, it gives that title credibility. It really makes it mean something as well as that's what it means more than anything. Damn it. When that baby face, I don't care who it is, when he finally wins, the crowd going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Whether they like him or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the reason that you was just talking about. So I think people didn't like King Booker. And Brad didn't like King Booker.
I hated y'all.
But I'm sure he realizes as a grown man, damn it, he got me.
Yeah,
he made me feel so bad. I want to hit him when he walked by. I want to do something. So understand the feelings that we're trying to create here, and I think having that title on Roman this long is taking me back to the way it was back in the day. So let's keep it rolling.
This is from Carlton Bartley. Do you think the final boss, Meiko Satomura, will be called up to the main roster down the line? I would love to see Sasha versus Meiko in the future, possibly at WrestleMania. Meiko.
You know what? I ain't gonna even sit here and lie. But I haven't refreshed myself with Meiko as of late. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me say it that way. Because I don't want no headlines on something like this. But I got to refresh myself with Meiko. Normally I just watch my reality wrestling guys that go in NXT. Draco Anthony, AQA, right now, Roxanne,
I think she's a part of the NXT UK brand of things.
She's not over here.
I don't think so. Unless she's been on 2.0 recently.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if she hadn't been on 2.0, I haven't checked out the UK brand yet. You know what I mean? But I'm a big fan of Gunter. I'm a big fan of Gunter. I haven't seen him do any work yet, really, here in the States from a grand scale or anything like that. But I'm definitely looking to see what this guy does and what kind of impact he makes.
Roland Curtis says, Rock versus Roman only needs one title on the line. Tribal Chief versus head of the table. Adding the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight title could be overkill.
It could be. You're exactly right, because people know Rock ain't going to be around very long. So that story right there might definitely be watered down just because of that situation right there. So I can see that. I can agree with that 100%. So yeah. It's a lot of room there to do a lot of things. It's a lot of room that, if Roman wasn't in that title picture and he was off doing something with Rock, and Cody was just per se the champion, man, it's a lot of wiggle room there, to be able to go out and create some really, really good stuff. Roman's going to always be there to come back and take his rightful place if that's what we're going with it. But yeah, man, I can agree with that 100%.
Let's see. Our next one here is from Club Sinister again. Roman could lose to Randy Orton thanks to The Rock's interference. Then Orton can turn heel, sick of all Cody hype. Cody versus Orton, Rock versus Roman. Now, I'll be honest with you. I do like Cody versus Orton at WrestleMania. I like that. That's not a bad match for the title. I don't like the first part of the scenario, but they have a prior history, right? Cody was a part of the it's called Legacy, I believe.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase and Randy. They even had a triple threat match at WrestleMania, I believe, if memory serves me correct. So I'm not mad at that, and they probably have a great match. But still, I think Cody needs to beat Roman.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I'm not mad at that either. The one thing I am intrigued by is, seeing Randy Orton back in that legend killer mode. The guy that's, people love to hate. Not that he's not doing good work right now with Riddle. That's almost like the odd couple, Booker T and Goldust. Let's go out and have some fun. But when it's going to be time to get back to business, I would love to see Randy Orton back in that heel mode. I'm talking about on overdrive, going out there, really making the fans feel a certain way. And he's a guy that you can put in that main event picture at the drop of a hat, and people are going to buy it just because he can go out there and, pull that load. So yeah, man. Yeah, definitely be looking forward to seeing that.
Absolutely. Roland Curtis says police are 12 because cops say 10-12 on the radio.
Wait a minute. Why wouldn't it be 10-12 then instead of 12? Why? I think it's Adam 12. I think it's Adam 12. Adam 12 was a cop code, back in the day. One Adam 12 Roger, you know what I mean? Adam 12 Roger, you know what I mean? So I think I'm right on that one right there.
I've actually heard of Adam 12. I've never heard of 10-12.
I've never heard of 10-12 either. 10,
so
12, that don't sound like a right, number that the cop use. 187, I get that one, but 10-12,
right?
That's murder. Murder, yeah. When he said
Homicide.
homicide. Yeah.
Now, I know also in a restaurant, if they say 86 it, that means cancel it. Did you know that?
I think that means 86. I think that's just a term. I don't think
It's
that's
just a term.
I don't think that's just for restaurants or anything like that.
Oh, it's not just for. I thought that's where it came from. I thought it came from restaurants. Maybe it does. I don't know.
86, and I think that's a off him. 86. You know what I mean?
Hey, by
Stick
the way-
around, guys. What?
Oh no. Okay, we'll do it when we come back. I didn't see we were ready for break.
Yeah, stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. They always want something from you. And you're still willing to take it. But I remember when I was a boy, those long trips, those long fishing trips, some of the best times of my life. Those cool mornings and those late summer breeze. Come in. Guys.
You wanted to see us?
Yes. I did. I wanted to see you. I needed to ask a question to you, Hefe. You do great mechanic work.
Yes. Claro que sí.
Well, I need a vintage 90s model. Worked on. Perhaps some work under the hood. Transmission problems.
Claro que sí.
Yes.
It can be done.
Yes. It can be done.
It can be.
Now, it's time to reel in the big one. Can you dig it, sucker? Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Just chopping it up, talking about a little this, a little that. Taking all super chats. What we got, Brad?
We got more super chats, but I did want to say, we're talking about offing them. We're talking about being a boss, Godfather style, right? Do you see that Al Pacino is still out here, man? He's 81 years old, and he's taking these young, fine tenderonis out to dinner all the time. I saw one lady, right? He was out with the other night, and he's still living life. But then I did some investigation on this young woman, right? She's 28 years old. 28 years old, right? Mm-hmm. Looks great.
Yeah.
Right? I did some investigation. Do you know who her ex-boyfriend is, by any chance?
Who that?
Mick Jagger. Okay. And then, do you know who she dated before Mick Jagger?
Who that?
Clint Eastwood. All right.
High roller, dog. That's a high roller.
Now, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, right? But there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
20-something.
But the thing is, they know it.
They know it, right?
They know it. Heck yeah, man. Come on, man.
I'm not hating on them at all. I'm not hating on her.
Look here. When you get that age, you can't take the cash with you. So you might as well spend it on something. Okay? A nice out on the town with an escort where it's just talking. Because right now, the guy 81 years old. I can't imagine he doing too much.
Hey, man. Medicine work wonders these days.
I'm just saying, okay? And if he is, good God. I can't, if I'm, I hope when I get to 81, I'm still feeling a little something by myself. But to be able to still have companionship I'm not married. I ain't got no, significant other, and I still, want to be entertained. Yeah, man, go for it, 100%. You gonna tell a man, he can't be a man. He got to stop doing what he's doing. You can't do it, man. You can't do it.
No, I'm
And,
not.
and the thing is, like I say, like I tell my kids, I'm spending all the cash. It might be some assets left here when I go, but all the cash is gonna be gone. You know what I mean? So that's the way I see that.
Denzel said in an interview in Washington the other day, he was like, "You can't take it with you." He goes, "You ever seen a U-Haul attached to the back of a hearse?"
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Player talk right there, Denzel.
That's true, man. So I'm living that lifestyle right there, bro. Spend all the cash.
Spend it, Al.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. Mikhail Casanova said, "Absolutely love Roe in the Hall of Fame here. Wanted to ask, when are you coming to Hawaii, Booker T? And how would one reach out to you for an interview?"
Man, I'm working so much. I don't do a whole lot of interviews, man. Be honest. Normally I'm working. But Hawaii, no, Brad, he's going to be coming to Hawaii
next week.
Yeah, next week he's going to be coming. So you might get a chance to see Brad over there. You might even get an interview with him. You know what I mean?
Hey, shout out to me. Hit me up in the DMs, Mikhail.
The DMs, and then Brad might can hook you up with me, and then we'll go from there. How about that?
I like that. I like
Started
that.
Brad first, because like I said, he's going to be there. Oh no, you're going to the Big Island, right?
We're going to Kauai.
Okay, all right.
Hawaii's next to the Big Island.
Yeah. So get in touch with Brad over there, and we'll hook it up.
I'm just not looking forward to the plane ride.
Ain't that bad? What, 8 hours?
8 hours.
Yeah. You first class.
Plus, but knowing my luck as of late, they're gonna put me in economy minus. You know what I mean?
Man, I can't go on them long trips, man. If I ain't in first class, man, don't book me.
Do you sleep on the plane though? Do you take anything to go to sleep?
Oh man, I don't need anything.
You can knock out. That's the thing that I'm be honest with you. You do a lot of cool things. You have a lot of great talents. But the thing I'm most envious of is not the 2 Hall of Fame rings. It's not the Greek god physique. The thing I'm most jealous of is that you can fall asleep on a plane before we even take off.
Bro.
I've been on a mini plane with you, and it astounds me how easily you can do that.
No, it's something with the depressurizing of the plane. It's always done me like that, and I can't stay awake even if I want to. It's almost like a gas, and I know it's not, but it feels that way, and it knocks me out every time I get on a plane. Every time they close the door, boom, I'm gone. And I don't know what it is, but I like it. Overseas trips, I don't need any Ambien. I don't need any sleeping aid or anything, man. Just give me the headset, and I'm good to go. And boom, I'm out.
Oh man, I wish I could do it. I think I'm gonna have to give me a sleeping pill or something. Let me sleep these 8 hours.
Don't be that bad, man. Like I say, you got a TV, you got coffee, you got you got Switch.
I have a Switch. Yeah, I should bring the Switch. Huh?
Bring the Switch, yeah. That'll help you out.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Switch is a good idea. Okay. See, I know I asked you this for a reason.
Yeah. Bring the Switch.
Jamal Bryant says, any early predictions on Money in the Bank winners? And I honestly think they killed the Money in the Bank momentum and surprise it had. It needs to go back to the WrestleMania ticket. Money in the Bank has lost its way.
I don't have any early predictions or anything like that. There again, just because I'm not like a lot of these guys that want to try to book the show and try to, get a spoiler, or anything like that. I'm always anticipating and seeing how things play out because I'm always trying to look and see who's going to be the guy that's going to come up. Who's the guy that's going to step out? I know the one guy for me that's been stepping out lately. I know people are going to say, whatever, but I look for the guy's talent more than anything. I look for the hidden talents, that stuff that, you can feel it, but you can't see it. And I look at a guy like Kevin Owens and I say, man, this he's evolving. He's evolving as far as his talent go. And right now he's doing character stuff, of course, with, Ezekiel. Of course, he just came off the stuff with, Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I feel like he's a guy that's going to be able to be put in a position, and you're going to be able to bank on him going out there and delivering no matter where you place him. And he may be one of those guys that may not always be working, upper echelon of the card or anything like that, but he's going to be a guy that you could put there and you're going to be able to believe, a guy like him. Another guy's, who should be getting an award is that freaking Sami Zayn. Those are guys that people don't see moving up and being in that position, but guys like that are players. Just like Sami Zayn, he won the title to lose it, to be put in the position to do something with Johnny Knoxville, which was a winner for me. If I was promoting this thing, man, we got everything we needed out of that thing. So I'm looking at guys that are shifting gears from different perspectives, and boom, those are two guys that I really see doing some good work over this year.
Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. That's that I like that. I like that a lot. I didn't think about that until you brought his name up, but that's a really good one right there.
And he could talk that match. He could talk to people into the arena as far as that match goes. Kevin Owens is one of the best on the microphone, so that's why I see things perhaps a little bit different than a lot of people. But yeah, those guys are tickets for me. Yeah, definitely.
Incredible. We'll take this before we have to go to break. Poppy Squeeze. All right. Hey, Booker, what was your favorite storyline in your career and your least favorite, any company you competed in?
Nothing matches King Booker. In my career. That was my favorite storyline of all time. Just being crowned king, my being flanked by my lovely queen. It was the greatest time in one's career. They had some of the coolest props for me. Man, they went out of their way to really put King Booker in a position to succeed. I had to do the work, of course. Which was really, really cool. I had a lot of fun. But to be able to have a role like that and to carry that role and to make it something that there again, people will remember King Booker before they remember any other king. In my eyes, I know people got their favorite kings and whatnot, but when you actually, bring it down, to the nitty gritty, who was the best king? I think it's unquestionably King Booker, and to have a role like that, good God, it's like the best thing in the world. I tell people all the time, I didn't pay for a meal for 2 years. I would go to the bar, to sit down and have a drink, and the bartender would say, here you go, it's already paid for. I would go look around, I would go places and people actually get, in baggage. People wanted to kiss my ring in baggage claims. It was stupid. Guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
3. So the independent scene for me, I broke in 1998, which was a long time ago, but for me, it was an opportunity to learn. I got an opportunity to learn from guys like Greg Valentine, King Kong Bundy, guys that I grew up watching, to come into a locker room, share a locker room with them, pick their brain. That was the most important thing for me, is to find out certain things, what they did, how to act, not only in the ring, but in the locker room, just from a respect level. And I came in at a very, I think, with the best time. In 98, 99 was the start of the Attitude Era. So I got to sit back and not only watch on TV all these superstars and to hope one day join them, but to learn from the guys that have been there before. And nowadays in the independents, there's not a lot of guys that you can pick their brains, and a lot of guys that have that TV experience and have been around the world, and we're on the road 300 plus days a year. So I was very thankful for my time on the independents.
Can you dig it, sucker? Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I'm glad I finally know what nightlight on a blick means. I just, man, after hearing, guys like this, I'm ready to see the baby come back.
The baby. I think he's still in the hot water. I think they're still mad at the baby. The baby.
What did he do? He had some transgressions.
Yeah, he was at a concert and he made some pretty I don't know what you say, ignorant comments about the gay community.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I thought
and he hadn't really been the same ever since.
Hey, bro, solid.
Look, this is how crazy some people are. The baby has his thing, and in the same week, the singer Marilyn Manson has some allegations of
I saw that too. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and so you know what Kanye West does? He says, "Invite them both out to the concert," and they both come out to the concert. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, man!
Brother's crazy. Brother's crazy.
Hey, man. Hey,
the world's crazy though. In all fairness,
it is.
Virgil Dawkins says the U.S. title design looks better than the WWE title. WWE could retire the WWE title on Raw and just have the Universal title on SmackDown with the U.S. title as Raw's main belt.
I mean, I guess you could do that. But it kind of diminishes one brand, I think.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I just think it diminishes one brand, and it just, you got too many guys to go around to be just hoping that they can win the world title, the Universal title one day. I mean, come on, it was hard enough for me to win the world title with 2 or 3 of them running around. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, man. It's about guys having a chance to reach that level of success in the business by winning the world title. For me, I didn't win the WWE championship, but I can say, man, winning the world title, it changed my life. It really did. It changed everything about my career. Winning the world title. It's just like winning the Masters, for a golfer. When a golfer wins the Masters, man, his life has changed forever. And most guys that win the world title or win the Universal Championship, if they do something with that run, it changed their lives.
Yeah. So I don't see a need. And right now they just unified them, right? They just unified the titles. So I don't know how long that's expected to run. I don't see it going forever, but maybe it does. Who knows? Cali Toenail, I wonder why they break up MVP and Lashley. That was beyond excellent work they were doing. And Drew, he was still waiting to get back up there, but it's further away now. So yeah, MVP Lashley. Do you like that they broke them away? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's not for me to like it or not. I thought the Hurt Business did some really, really good work with MVP at the helm throughout the pandemic. Definitely put a light on that group, and and I really believe MVP was the spark behind Bobby Lashley. I mean, I really do. I always thought perhaps Bobby needed that front man to actually do that part of the work for him, and then he go out and be the cleanup man in the middle of that ring. But as far as Bobby Lashley, I think I said it about a month and a half ago. I said, man, it looked to me like they're building Bobby up to be something, extraordinary. All right. And Bobby Lashley right now, of course, he's looked at as a babyface, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about who's going to be the guy to challenge Roman. I don't know.
If not Cody, Bobby is a really good option.
So I'm just saying, I don't like booking matches or anything like that. But if I was a booker, for this,
you are a booker.
I'm just saying, I would perhaps see it that way, and for Bobby to be that babyface, MVP can't be there at the helm. He just can't be there. He can't be flanking Bobby if that's what route we're going.
Yeah, no, I see that. I definitely see that. As a big baby, it's not normal that you have a mouthpiece. right? It's
Yeah,
normally it's normally 9 times out of 10 a more of a heel thing to have a manager.
yeah. So that's the way I see that, and that way only. I just say, well, he's not needed for that situation. But Omos is definitely a person that may need a little help in that department as well.
Yeah, I agree. Omos, I think benefits more with MVP now than Bobby does. Although I think that MV and Bobby are one of the best pairings that they've done in that company in decades. And by the way, I do love how MV threw a shot at Leo Rush and Lana.
Oh God, that was so good, man. That was so good.
And some little guy and a wannabe TikTok dancer.
Yeah. I loved it. It was right on the money, man. So yeah, man. So I think MVP is definitely the right man for that job right now that he's doing.
And MV might actually go down as a better, like when we look back at MV in WWE, more people might appreciate this run just as a mouthpiece than they did his run as a worker.
Perhaps, you know what I mean? But I feel like his work just morphed into what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
I think it's all a part of, under one umbrella, to be honest.
I can see that. Roland Curtis says 10-12 is too long to say. We call the coronavirus the Rona. Well, maybe you called it that, Roland. I didn't call it the Rona. 10-12 is police talk for standby. 12 is short for 10-12. It's slang. Okay, we appreciate the breakdown.
Wait a minute. So you saying the police officers use slang, or you just using it?
I think Roland's using it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's supposed to be
Corona.
It's supposed to be 10-12, but we just gonna stop. Cut the 10 out. We're just gonna say 12. Wait a minute. That don't make no sense. Don't make no sense right there. I think it's Adam 12 because Adam 12 back in the day, that's what they call cops. Adam 12.
Wait, hold on now. Didn't we call the coronavirus COVID? Isn't that the short?
I never heard Rona. Hey,
I never said the Rona. That sounds like a TikTok dance.
I never said the Rona myself.
Do the Rona.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not down for the Rona there. I'm making sure we're catching up on all these super chats. D-Thronic 78. If The Rock doesn't come back, should they build Solo Sokoa as the family member to go against the Bloodline and take down Roman? Now he's another NXT 2.0 guy.
He's one of the he's part of the Bloodline, I guess.
Yeah.
No, he's not ready for that yet. I'm not taking anything away from him or anything like that, but he's nowhere near ready for a moment like that. And I don't think you always want to put someone in a position where they're going to succeed, especially when they're, young and impressionable, breaking in, being under that bright light. So many people, man, you could be like a deer in the headlights in that moment right there. So me personally, I wouldn't go that route.
Yeah, same here. I think that we might be caught up. Okay, yeah, we are caught up. So let me ask you this. I've been waiting to ask you. What is your read on Elias and Ezekiel? They put out the picture together yesterday. They're brothers, right?
Yeah.
But what do you think of this story? What do you think of this thing on TV that we're seeing?
I'm going to just say it like it is, man. I like stuff like this because thing is, everybody can't be in the title picture at one time. Everybody just can't be on the show going out and displaying how good of a wrestler they are. I always said the Elias for me, before the Ezekiel, I say, man, I'd rather see this guy play his guitar every week opposed to actually going out and wrestle. I say, let's build this guy up enough to where he can actually do a real concert. I say that's what my mind was thinking. Yeah. The wrestling was a backdrop, of course, and the same thing here with Ezekiel. We don't know where it's going. The guy comes out. Okay, the guy comes out. Of the curtain. He's at the show with his ring gear on, and he's not even booked to wrestle. You know what I mean? So when you look at wrestling, you can't look at it like mixed martial arts or anything like that, or some organized sport. Right. It's not like that. And when people start looking at wrestling in those terms, man, they just beating themselves over the head, man, wondering, why this and why that. It's no reason why, so I like it. And I just want to see where it's going. And I can't wait to see Ezekiel in the ring performing.
Yeah, I can't wait either. You know what? I will say this. When I first saw it, I know we have a few seconds. When I first saw it, I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. I'll be honest with you. I was like, I don't like this. And then on Raw Monday, he completely won me over. Completely won me over. I was like, oh, this is hilarious. And I love how KO's selling it. KO's selling me on it as well as Ezekiel. They're doing a great job. I actually like the angle.
Kevin Owens is selling the hell out of it. He's doing a great job selling the hell out of it. And that's what I'm talking about as far as Kevin Owens. He's not a guy that's, he's not one of those guys that don't want to laugh at himself. He probably watched that stuff and he's trying to laugh. It's so freaking hard. And that's the way I always was. I was always the guy that was, willing to laugh at myself. Go out and entertain myself sometime. I used to love watching Cabernet back in the day. And man, when I used to watch Tim what's his name? Harvey Korman and Tim Hardaway. I think that's what his name. Those guys used to be freaking laughing so hard in the middle of those scenes where Tim Conway, yeah. They used to be laughing so hard in the middle of those scenes, man. It used to be, that used to make me laugh more than anything, so I get it, man. And I love watching these guys go out there again, perform, entertain.
It's the best. It's the best. I think we got to take a break here, Book.
Hey, man, you're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
My name is Nathan Wasser, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I came down here to Reality of Wrestling to improve my training and get myself more experience learning from the absolute best. It's intense. It's hard. You got to leave your ego at the door and come in with an open mind. The way they do stuff here is the next level. But if you do that, you'll end up bettering yourself in the end, and you'll improve, and you'll be able to work anywhere.
Nathan, he's an unbelievably awesome student. I'll tell you why, right? For a few reasons. Number one, the man packed up all the way from the Great White North to move down here to the U.S. to train because he wanted to learn from one of the best. But what's even more impressive, on top of the fact that he takes care of his body, he works hard, is the fact that he was trained by a very reputable trainer and yet still comes down here humble, hungry, ready to work and ready to learn, and not coming in here acting like he knows everything or that he's too rigid in his ways.
Booker's knowledge will help you get to whatever goals you want to do if you want to be a big star in this industry. My end goal is to be in WWE. Coming down here to Reality of Wrestling, I feel is the best opportunity for me to get there, so I'm going to do whatever it takes. I can promise you, when you come to Reality of Wrestling, it will change your life. You will not regret it.
Can you dig it, sucker? Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. I see we got another super chat, man.
We do. So let's go ahead and take that chat while we have it. This is, where'd it go? There it is. This is from Virgil Dawkins. If Rhodes is not who beats Roman, it should be McIntyre to gain momentum back. Also Jey Uso, because he never got revenge on Roman for being his flunky.
I like the McIntyre idea, perhaps, just to keep Drew in the game. I don't like the Jey idea so much, just because Bloodline, man, they're on a roll. That's a family thing. In the family, we know who's the leader in the family right now. Roman is the guy. Follow my lead, guys. I don't think it was about him being a flunky or anything like that. It's about teaching them a lesson. Hey, bro, if you get out of line, man, I'm gonna have to check you. It's one of those type of deals. So that it makes the story a lot more real for me. With Roman being that gangster boss role that he's playing right now. So yeah. I don't look at him as being a flunky or anything.
Absolutely. I think that McIntyre he has lost a little steam, if I'm being honest. He doesn't,
I think so.
feel like at the same level like he did a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I think that it's just because right now, as you said before, it's not his time in the sun right now. You know what I mean? McIntyre, unfortunately, got kind of saddled with the worst of the pandemic because he wins the Royal Rumble and then, he's the champion in front of nobody, right? And if and I am correct on this, he never was the champion in front of a crowd, ever. Was WWE champion in front of a crowd. So I hope that he gets that opportunity, but he has cooled off a little bit. And I think that's just, again, what you're talking about. Not everybody can be at the top of the court.
Yeah.
Right? Like sometimes you got to come down to go back up.
Yeah. I feel like you got to cool off a little bit sometime. I think Drew's a guy that definitely through the pandemic, he was looked at as pretty much the workhorse. I mean, he came to work on a regular, as well as, again, you get an opportunity like that. What are you going to do? You're going to take it, no matter whether there's fans in the arena or not. The title come your way. You're going to put it around your waist. You're going to run with it. And I think he did a great job. Could he have done better being in that position? Even now, since the fans have been back in the arenas, do you think Drew can do a little bit of something different to get the people to watch him, opposed to just walking out to the ring and being Drew? And I think that's one thing guys can do also, and that's get repetitious, stagnant, going out and having their routine, opposed to being able to change it up and give the fans a different feeling, opposed to just seeing you there again, making them feeling you. So I think it might be something that you definitely can might want to give me a call and talk to me about.
Yeah, right.
And that's the thing, man. When you get to a point in this game to where you think you know it, and you go, man, why aren't things clicking for me right now? What am I doing wrong? And then some guy, pull you aside and say, hey, man, try this right here. And then you go out and try it, which I've been in that position before. And it worked for me. And I go, damn it, why did I not know that? You know what I mean? Because there again, there's somebody looking from the outside looking in. You can't look at it from like I think I heard this, when I was working for Fox, a 30,000-foot view.
Right.
When you're in the game, what I mean? You got to be, somebody from the outside. It's like a boxer, he has a trainer, and then, you come back to his corner and his trainer tell him, look, man, you need to slip that right hand and then drop that left to the body, come back with a right hand, and then you stick him with that stick, and then you go out there and do it, and it work. You go, wow, man. Sometimes you can't see it being so close to the game.
Yeah, you have to take a step back or have somebody be able to be your advocate there. Roland Curtis cannot let this go. Police say 10-4 on the radio, which means got it. Then they say 10-12, which means stand by. I can't believe you never heard the Rona. You guys must live in the suburbs. Urban News has the tea.
Well, I do live in the suburbs.
But you still got your card. You know what I mean?
Look, man, my thing is this, okay? 10-12 is one thing, but I just can't see the abbreviation of, cutting the 10 out just to say 12.
Yeah.
Because that it just doesn't make sense to me. When there again, Adam 12 was before a lot of you guys' time, but that was the phrase for the cops back in the day. Adam 12 right there, bro. You got Adam 12 rolling down the street right there. That
makes way more sense.
I'm just saying, I could be wrong. Here, but the 10-12 just does not, correlate enough to me to where I'm going with that one. I'm going with mine.
Because not only police say 10-4, right? Like that's another just a phrase, right? Like 10-4.
Truckers say that.
Truckers say it all the time. Yeah.
10-4, good buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's your 20?
It
right?
was your 20, yeah, exactly. So if it was your 20, you know what I mean? If it was, you said 20, I know you talk about truckers. Okay. Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
got it. But 10, 12 to abbreviate, to only use the 12. No. I don't get it.
So I am fascinated though by, like, he said Urban News has the tea. You never heard of the Rona. I went to do you know the song do you remember the singer Deborah Cox?
Yeah, yeah.
You know the song How Did You Get Here? Nobody's supposed to be. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That was a big song, right? Like, I remember this song always. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I went to a karaoke establishment over the weekend, right? And I would just say that I was kind of the only white dude in the scene, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This song came in at the karaoke bar. Now, I recognize the song, so I'm about to get my Deborah Cox on. I'm about to start singing the song, right? Are you aware of the alternate version of this song?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I felt out of place because in the pauses between her lines, there's this whole chant that you're supposed to do that I was unaware of. And I was told it was because of my particular background that I was unaware of this. But it's like when she says, oh, look, kid already knows it. How did you get here? I caught the bus is what you're supposed to say, right? You say B-I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? And then when she says, nobody's supposed to be here, you say, I don't give a F, right? And then she says, my heart says no. Your heart can't talk. Like, these are the things that you're supposed to say.
No, I didn't know
in
this.
The verses.
No, I didn't know this. Yeah.
Okay, no. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought I was alone.
I don't do karaoke, and I don't think I've never seen her sing the song or anything, or with the interaction at the same. I've never seen that before.
I've never heard this chant, and I've heard this song for years. Song must have come out in the 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah. It's an old song. It had to be probably 90s.
Yeah,
probably
late 90s, right?
Yeah, probably 90s.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
So I never heard of the chant, so I thought I was alone.
I see we got one more super chat, and they're talking about what I'm talking. Let's see what they got here.
Allie says, I never thought we'd be talking about Adam 12. LOL.
Look, man, it ain't my fault. It's you guys' fault. You the one who came up with the 12, which makes no sense. And somebody said it's 10-12. And that means we're talking about cops.
10-4.
Said what?
10-4, 10-12. The Rona.
10-12, exactly. So come on, man. You know what?
Adam 12.
Look here, I don't want to be talking about Adam 12 either, okay? Because I hate talking about old stuff. I sold my Z28 just because I wanted to get away from the past. All right. But as far as cops go, I still got a memory that they used to be they used to be called Adam 12. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that term. You know, hey, the old school is the best school. All right. That's
I feel you.
The old school is the best school. And so I'm going with that.
Adam 12 or Hawaii 5-0?
5-0. Okay. There it is right there. That's a great analogy right there.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't saying anything other than police. 5-0. You know exactly what that means, right?
5-0.
All right. You ain't have to add, any other numbers or anything like that. 5-0. Boom. But that's it. 12. 10, 12. Just cut the 12. Just cut the 10 off. Just call it 12. Or Adam 12. I'm going with Adam 12. You know what? I'm gonna end it right there. It's Adam 12. Okay, it's Adam 12. You can say whatever you want to say, but as far as I'm concerned, it's always going to be Adam 12. Those are the cops that I used to have to deal with back in the day. Those are the ones that I was running from back in the day. And those are the ones that locked me up back in the day. It was Adam 12. It wasn't 10-12. Hey, so but we got what you got, Brad? What you got?
I was trying to look it up. To see if there's any reason why they're called 12, but I can't find it right now.
You ain't gonna find it because it's not out there. We got to get out of here, man. We got to get out of here right now. I want to thank all you guys in the chat, all you super chatters on the one, as well as Brad. Always, man, having fun. Man, I can't wait to get to that Ugas Spence fight going down this weekend. Like I say, guys, if you can't be there, check it out on pay-per-view. Showtime pay-per-view going down this weekend. Don't miss out. Don't get shut up. But right now, guys, peace. And I'm out.
Can you dig it, you sucker?